Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join in? Yeah. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew. Hey, today I just want to say something that I don't think I've ever shared this way before. The title is very simple, and that is, it's been worth it to me. You know, I just kept thinking that this morning, that it's all been worth it to me. And what I mean by that is this relationship that I have with my Heavenly Father, it's been worth it to me. I can't even tell you the value that it has had in my life. I can't tell you how it's helped me to understand not only my purpose, but to better understand my past. That's critical, man, because I'm grateful for that, because so many people can't get beyond their past, an event, a set of circumstances, some calamity that besets them. Maybe it's been grief, something. But it ties so many people up. It's been so worth it to me. It's been worth having someone to go to when no one else was there. Do you understand what I'm saying? It has given me a place to go when no one else has been there. Oh, hey, man, we pulling for you. Hey, man, hang in there. Hey, man, keep your head up. All of that. But I got to tell you, man, you get yourself in some circumstances and situations in this thing called life when no one can help you but God. When the only person that could possibly understand or know what you're feeling is God. The only person that'll sit there with you through it all and understand everything about it has been God. It's been worth it to me, man. It's been worth it to me. It's been the biggest improvement in my life. I mean, man, as I look back over my life, man, forming a strong bond with God has been the most beneficial thing to me. You know, these things you read in writings in the Bible or whatever you're reading. You know, when you read scriptures and things of that nature, it's been around a long time. It holds so much truth to it. I mean, man, it's like, how could this have been written so long ago and still pertain directly to today? I mean, that's amazing. That is amazing to me. That has to be God at work. To have written something so complete, so dead on point, that if you read it today, it means exactly what pertains to today. That's amazing, man. That's why my spiritual walk, it's just worth it to me. And I keep saying it's worth it because if you sitting out there and you tripping like I was tripping, deciding, nah, I got a few more things I want to do, a couple more girls I want to holler at, a couple more things I want to get into, I got a couple more deals I want to do, I got a little bit more dirt I want to roll up on me a little bit first before I wish I had known. I really wish I had understood exactly what forming a relationship with God would do for me. It's been worth every person who out there who hating on me, that don't even know me. It's because I have a relationship with him that I'm fine with that. I don't care for it, but it ain't gonna stop me though. See, because I know for a fact that haters make you greater. I know for a fact that haters validate your mere existence. I know for a fact that half of them is out of envy and jealousy because of something you're doing that they wish they could do or they want credit for. So they just, anything, all that, bam. And now you just all over the place with people. Man, I'm so grateful for this relationship that it has not allowed outside influences that do not have my best interests at heart to throw me off course. It has just been worth it. And if you're sitting out there and you're wondering about the benefits of it, I can't even tell you what it's like to know that when bad things are happening to me, the calming peace that I feel, that I know that that's going to be all right too. That I know that this too shall pass. That I know in my heart of hearts, man, that there's got to be a reason for this. And if I can just hang on in there, he going to unfold that for me. And he going to let me see it. But the number one thing I always know is I'm going to survive this one too. That this too shall pass. It has been worth it to me, man, to have this thing called faith, which is the belief in things that you cannot see. And to know, man, along the way that, oh my goodness, man, even though I don't know what's next, or even I'm not really sure about the next step, I do know for a fact that some more is coming. I do know for a fact, it is a fact that God will take care of me. It is a fact that he will never, ever leave me or desert me. If I just stay here where I'm supposed to be, he's coming. The Calvary's coming over the hill. He coming over the hill, and when he come over that hill, he gonna wipe out all this mess down here that's trying to hurt me. That I don't have to worry about my enemies anymore. That my enemies that are all around, you can surround me. You can shoot all the arrows you want. Now, it's not to say that none of them ain't gonna come close, and I ain't gonna say that, I ain't gonna be a little under some pressure, a little nervous about being shot at so hard. But at the end of the day, I know this for sure. Ain't none of them gonna stick in me. You can shoot them, but ain't none of them gonna stick in me. No matter what you do, no weapon formed against me. Nothing. You can't do nothing with me, man. I'm so cool. It's been worth it for me, man.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time to begin. The Steve Harvey Morning Show is on and cracking. I'm Steve Harvey. I think you know that. Been this way since the year 2000, back in Los Angeles. When they put me and Shirley off the radio in 2005, they said we'd never rise again.
You and who?
Me and Shirley.
We
We didn't count you back then because you wasn't coming to work regular.
Remember,
Oh,
he
that's
did the
cold
show
right
from
there.
his room. He
That's
did the show
cold right
from bed.
You know, man, we was having a lot of trouble out of you in L.A. We didn't
That's
really
cold,
think.
man.
You was on the show, but the amount of days you was missing was alarming.
Remember when he was late that morning, Steve, and you called him and he was mad at you? What? What do you want?
I said, man, where are you? What? I'm in bed.
Carl, I wasn't a morning person. You know what I'm
What
saying?
you want?
I was not a morning person.
What are you calling me for? What?
That's all because that's your
was getting on your nerves.
It was a
Good morning,
Tuesday.
everybody. No time for names. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Top.
Come on there.
Well, we survived the debates last night.
Yes.
Woo,
Praise
the
the
Super
Lord.
Bowl of politics, man.
One down, 2 to go. I'm good
I don't
with
think
just
we
that
need
one,
to.
though.
We don't need to, Mo.
I don't really know if I'm gonna watch the other two. I've decided.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Clear. I was even more convinced after that I was gonna make the right decision.
Oh,
What did
man.
you think last night? What was your honest opinion, Steve, of the debate? What
You know
saw?
that Donald Trump thought that he would buffalo the man by over-talking the moderator and Joe Biden. And he did what he usually does. He thought he was at the press conference at the White House where he could just not answer a question and move on. Chris Wallace wasn't having it, trying to maintain order. But they just didn't follow the rules. And it was hard to watch at points. But if you look at who came across as presidential, to me, it was Joe Biden. It's not because I'm biased, but I don't think that Trump understands what climate control really means.
No.
That idiotic statement about the forest fires and cause this. Look at the forest floor, dead trees laying on there. There's like kindling.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those leaves. You can't rake up leaves in the forest, dog.
I don't think he ever went to class at all.
John Deere blowers going through the forest.
Well,
It's a
That ain't
forest.
gonna- Where you gonna put all them leaves at, Pocket? And do you understand that the leaves are there to fertilize the ground, which keeps it a
Come
forest?
on, man.
I mean, dog, it's a lot. Okay, look, I don't like Donald Trump, so that has a lot to do with it. But he showed me a lot of why I don't like him. And there's so many points. I'm pretty sure we'll get into it today. Carl is going to be playing clips from it last night, and we'll comment as we go. But I thought, man, this guy, when he
You talk about
president
my
is
kids,
immature.
Steve. You talk about my kids. I'm whooping your ass, man. I'm sorry.
Tommy,
You talk about my
that's always
kids,
your
man.
go-to.
I'm whooping your ass, dog. My kids ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
Guaranteed
All right,
not to be
we'll take a
president.
break from the debates right now. We'll go straight to Ask the CLO right after this. We'll get into the debates, though, all morning. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, Ask the CLO right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk more about last night's first presidential debate in Cleveland, Steve, between Joe Biden and President Trump. We're going to talk about it all morning long, of course. But first, it is time now for the CLO, the Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey. Are you ready, sir?
absolutely.
Here we go. This one is from Lonnie. Lonnie is an iHeartRadio app listener. Lonnie says, I am 33 years old and I just proposed to my girlfriend, only to find out that she's been faking it with me in the bedroom. We had an engagement party and she had a lot of champagne and started oversharing. She told our friends that she fakes it most of the time during sex, but she's not into it because she's not into it. Or she wants me to hurry up and finish. I was shamed, and now I'm intimidated when we do have sex because I always assume she's faking it. Do a lot of women do this? Should it concern me at all?
Hey, dog. What is you worried about? Do a lot of women do this? She doing it. Don't worry about us.
The one you marrying.
Dog, the one you married, me and Tommy, we married. If they been faking with us, been a lot of years.
You ain't lying.
Now, dog,
why
I don't
change
know.
now?
Yeah, man. So now you getting faked on before you go in. Should you be concerned? I would. She done told her girl she just wanted to be over with. If you don't have a healthy sex relationship when you get married, dog, it's going to be hard to keep that one together. I'm going to just tell you that, partner. Because sex is real important.
Damn,
Lonnie Cotton.
Each line is
One of your names, one of your favorite
Lonnie,
names.
that's my boy Lonnie Cotton.
That's just one of them black names, too. Who told you that, Lonnie? I love it.
All right, so you're telling Lonnie what?
I'm
Maybe
telling
he
you,
should
it's headed to problems.
not get
It's
married.
already a problem.
have a longer engagement to work on their sexual
You know,
issues.
man, and hey, man, you need to stay engaged a little bit longer than this.
Man,
All right,
Lonnie, don't worry
moving-
about it.
What'd you say, Junior?
Don't worry about it. You in there, though.
Ellen in Teaneck, New Jersey says, I'm 73 and I've been a widow for 4 years. My ex-boyfriend from over 40 years ago, found me on Facebook and we started talking on the phone. He lives in a neighboring why are you sighing already, Steve? He lives in a neighboring city, and when the pandemic restrictions lifted a bit, he decided to visit me. His daughter drove him to my house, and when he got out of the car, he was in a wheelchair. We had a great visit, but after he left, I broke up with him because I refused to take care of another man with health issues. I do miss him, though. Was I wrong?
Look,
'cause he
you
rolled up on
70-something. I don't know who you want. You know. How many more dudes is coming back? I mean, it ain't like they just pulling out. If they pull up in a wheelchair, one of them pull up with a van with a lift on it. One of them, you're going to need a ramp at your house. It look like to me. Now, you know, you need just to access. Need to widen them doors on that bathroom and get some rails in there. It's what I think you ought to do.
Raise that toilet seat.
You know,
plenty
and could
very
get that
active
toilet seat where it
70-year-olds.
feel like you're standing up while you're using it. That's the you need to go and get all that put in your house. Because no, hell no. Because that's what it looked like. I'm tired of the damn debates from last night. So one of the original kings of comedy is answering this question. Yes, you should feel bad and let him come back. Because if he don't come back, who else coming over there?
There are plenty active
And let's get some
70-year-olds.
things done to your house.
Come on.
And what else do you want to
they
say?
call
And
that
both.
Get a ramp. Need a ramp, lift.
That weasel.
Need that shower that you can just open the door and sit in. You can get all that put in.
Walk-in tub thing, yeah.
You already 73. You don't want to take care of nobody. Quit letting them old ass men come over your house. Got to put all this extra stuff in there. You can't just have covered with food in it. You got to have medicine in there and depends and all this here.
And not with you.
Got to have them little things where you can keep the count of the pills Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You got to have extra medical alerts laying around and buzzers and all types
Okay.
of stuff. Need to
I think we
ventilate it in
get it.
there. All right.
So
Oxygen.
she wasn't
Good
wrong.
answer.
She
He
was
said
wrong, you're saying.
oxygen. Did y'all hear
Yeah.
that?
Oxygen
Need all
in
that
every
at
room.
your house.
That's not a good answer. All right,
That's
here
a
we
real
go.
good answer.
Nikki in Dallas says, I've heard you talk about the Love After Lockup TV show that you like to watch. I have a real love after lockup life, and I need your advice. My man came home from a minor stay in jail for a probation violation. He was gone for over 8 months, and when he came home, he's still violating his probation by smoking weed, and I found out that he's cheating on me. I've thought about telling his PO that he's still smoking weed, but I know he'll go right back to jail, and he might find out I told on him. Should I even talk to him about the cheating, or should I leave this bad boy and move on?
Why don't you just leave him and move on? It's obvious you scared of him.
Yeah.
Now, what you
doesn't
don't
want him
need
to
to do
find
is
out.
tell on the man because he going to find out. Just break up. You through. He cheating on you. He still smoking. He finna go back. He violating parole again. He gonna go back. He gonna go back down there for parole. He gonna take one of them drug tests and his ass is gone.
Wow.
That's true.
Now, you already know that's coming. Get ahead of this one.
Well, she's saying should she even talk to him about his cheating?
No.
Let him go.
Something wrong
yeah.
with him. Talk, what he gonna do? He ain't finna stop. He don't give a damn about parole. You think he care about your feelings?
So what you saying, baby? What is you saying? Huh? What you saying?
Come on,
You leaving me?
All right. That's it. Yeah. I think she is a little afraid of him, though, Steve. I really do agree with you on that one.
Look, get another man. Because this one going back to prison.
She's probably scared to do that, too.
Well, then just keep waiting on him to come out. Enjoy the next 8 months.
But she is a listener because she heard you talking about watching the show Love After Lockup. All right. Thank you, CLO, as always. Coming up next, the nephew and Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about last night's presidential debate in Cleveland, Biden versus Trump. But right now, he is here, the nephew, with Run That Prank Back. What you got for us, Neff?
Naked lifeguard. Naked
Lord.
lifeguard.
I remember this one from yesterday.
It's different jobs out there for everybody, you know. I'm sorry. It's, all I want you to do is take the job. You ready? Naked lifeguard. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello.
Hello, I'm trying to reach a Carrie.
Yes, this is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. My name is Oliver. Oliver. You put in an application with the employment agency about looking for some work as far as being a lifeguard.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay. Have you had much experience being a lifeguard?
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now, back since I was like 18. I got my CPR certification. I've had as many as like 200 people at one time watching them, so I'm good. I'm good at what I do. I love it.
Very good, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, I've looked over your application, and I've checked everything out thoroughly, and I'm very excited about maybe getting you to, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but public pool. It's actually in subdivision. There's 2 pools there. Are you familiar where
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. They're near where I live, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's actually in the back of there's a gated community, and that is actually the particular property that I'm talking about, you coming out and working for us there at the pool site. If we can get you on Monday to Friday, we're going to actually hire some more college students for Saturday and Sunday. What do you say?
Oh, I say okay. That sounds great. Monday through Friday, weekends off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Now, we start off, job actually pays $25 an hour.
Wow.
You would be our head lifeguard, and we would want you to be there from, if you start at 12, we'd actually like for you to get there around 11:30, just to be prepared and be the overseer and make sure the other lifeguards get there on time. And, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Now, Carrie, there's only one catch that actually comes along with this job. We want you to work an additional 4 hours from 6 to 10 at night, but it's going to pay you $50 per hour. So you'll make an extra $200. How do you feel about that?
Man, I feel good. I mean, with the recession and everything, I could use that money right now, especially during the summertime.
Okay, now here's the deal. This is in a gated community, like I told you before, but also it's going to be adults at night, and they are actually going to be swimming nude.
What?
And, yeah, they're going to be swimming nude, and what they ask is if they're going to be swimming nude, they want to make sure that the lifeguard that's protecting them is going to be nude as well.
Okay, I'm a certified lifeguard. I'm CPR certified. I'm a student. I've had other jobs, but nudity wasn't on my resume.
And I understand that wholeheartedly, but we're talking about you possibly making $1,750 a week. How you feel about $1,750 a week for your nursing school? I'm sure that'll definitely pay for it throughout the entire summer. That should be a big help, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, but
I mean, are you? How do you feel about trying it for a few weeks, and then how do you feel about that?
I don't know, but I mean,
you're going to watch over some adults who are actually just going to be nude in the pool. And you're nude as well up on the big chair that overwatches everybody. $17.50.
I don't.
$17.50, Carrie. You know?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
$17.50, Carrie. We're talking about 4 hours of you being nude along with some other people that are already nude. So, I mean, what's the big deal, you know? What we need you to do is come down. We're going to do some drills, some lifeguard drills, and make sure that you're definitely qualified. But we're going to make sure that when you do those, you got to be naked as well, okay?
What? Why would I have to do some drills naked? I'm already a lifeguard. What do I need to drill naked
and I understand
for?
all that, but in order, for our particular property, we got to make sure that you're actually prepared and ready, you know?
I don't understand.
Well, that's the way it is, Carrie. We need you to come down and do some drills. It's not going to take long, probably about a half hour. You come down, you get undressed, you get in the pool, and we make sure that you're qualified to swim nude, to handle, to saving somebody's life nude, the whole 9 yards.
But what? I mean, what if my family come to that pool?
You know, Carrie, I can't go back and forth with you. I can't. Now, I know you know, I looked at your resume, I looked at what you were doing and what you're pursuing in life, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for you.
But I can't be. I mean, I can't do that to my family. And
no. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Now, you can't tell me you can't do it now.
Oh, yes, I can.
Now, you get your down here in the morning so I can get these drills done, and I want you naked when you get here and get in this pool. You understand me?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Are you some kind of pool pimp? Lifeguard, human resources, hiring pimp? You're not pimping me. I don't have to come down there if I don't want to come down there.
You got to bring your down here tomorrow and get in this pool and do these drills.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you. You get your down here tomorrow and you do these drills.
What you need to do is go get you a Pamela Anderson Baywatch, because I ain't the
Excuse me? What did you say?
I ain't be doing no nude breaststroke for you old freaky. I don't know them people.
I don't give a who you know. Now, you get your down here and you take the job.
I'm not coming down there to your funk pool tomorrow and swim nude and lifeguard nude for a bunch of raunchy. I don't know who you think you're talking to. I was trying to be nice to you. When you called my house with that, and then I thought about it because I'm not that kind of girl. You got me up. Okay, you need to go get you a Pamela Anderson Baywatch, you know, deep sea diving. I don't know what you need, but I'm not what you need.
You get your black down here tomorrow.
Who you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you. Who you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you. Who do you think you're talking to?
I got something I want to say to you. You listening?
You know what? You better go ahead and say it, because I'm about to hang up this phone in your face right now.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girlfriend.
Are you serious?
She pranked you, baby. Your girlfriend pranked you. You all right?
You know what? When I see that, she gonna have one less float. I cannot believe she did me like this.
All right, I gotta ask you something, baby. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
She don't want the job. Do any of y'all want the job? Anybody?
No, you play too much.
No.
Okay. I'm just saying, anybody want the job? Just 4 hours, $50 an hour. Come on now, it's
Poor
good money
young
right
lady. Talking
I already
about
got a job,
family and all that.
here. Shirley, you swim real
I
good.
said no.
Okay, all right.
Ain't nobody can do all that for sex.
Uncle Steve, you want to do a little naked lifeguard? Come on.
I don't want to talk to you about stuff like this.
Yeah.
I don't have time to address this with you. Why don't you just
You
go?
can be a nigga.
We got 10 seconds. Just go to commercial break.
All right, yeah, we're out of here. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll talk about the debate right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So last night, we all saw it. The first presidential debate from Cleveland. It was moderated by Chris Wallace of Fox News. It was between, of course, Vice President Biden and President Donald Trump. No handshakes between Trump and Biden due to the coronavirus, but they did speak to each other. So I didn't expect him to do that. Wow, it was interesting to say the least, right?
It was crazy.
It was just unbelievable. I mean, all the interruptions, everything. It was just crazy. All right, here's a moment from the debate. Take a look.
Whatever position I take on that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you gonna pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question
You want to put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justices,
the
radical
question-
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
right.
Gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
We're not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
What do you think, Steve? Joe Biden, what do you think?
You know, I thought that he handled himself under the circumstances. If they had kept it more presidential, Donald Trump would have looked worse.
So he
Okay,
needs
Donald
to
Trump
this.
looks his best when he's doing the bully pulpit thing, because that's his thing. He can't intelligently discuss anything.
Well, he's not a politician. Yeah, he's not.
Well, he
Not
can't
well-read.
intelligently discuss anything. It has nothing to do with being a politician.
Yeah.
He
He's not
don't
well
know the
read.
issues.
He doesn't prepare.
He
Okay,
don't know 'em.
let me ask you this though, Steve, and give me an honest answer, which I know you will. Going into the debate, you know, all the hype from all the news sources and everything. Were you nervous? Were you concerned? Did you
Look,
did
I
you
wanted
expect
Joe
this
Biden.
outcome?
I wanted Joe Biden to do well. I didn't want him to be sluggish or anything like that. But he wasn't.
Not
He's
at
not
all.
that guy. He's very
won.
smart when it
Yeah.
comes to what he does. And I do think he won. Now, this, and what makes me pissed off, see, I watched Fox right after the debate. I went right over to Fox.
What did they say?
They were saying
Chris
Donald
Wallace's
Trump made a
employer.
lot of mistakes. But then they blame Biden for calling him names, racist, clown, shut up. You know, he's still the president. He don't act like a
He doesn't
president.
act, exactly.
Right.
He doesn't act like
And
that.
so-
Calls everybody names. He got a lot of nerve.
Sleepy Joe Biden should take
you know-
a drug test before or after the debate.
Right.
Really?
But if I was Joe Biden, I'd have said, I'll agree to take a drug test if you agree to take a lie detector test.
Exactly.
See,
Exactly.
they need to let me in on some of these damn debates.
You just want to be on Biden debate team. That's what you
or let me moderate one. Because, you know, but I thought that Joe Biden did well under the circumstances.
Yeah.
The only thing Trump does well is the bully pulpit.
And
Yeah, he's petty and childish.
I mean,
Yeah.
he lies, and he's like a child, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's very immature. Very
And
immature.
Joe
Very
Biden
immature.
said it a couple of times. This is so unpresidential.
He did.
But the
Each-
sad thing about it is his base is
They
the
love it.
thing that they like about that.
They love it.
This
they love it.
ignorant ass leadership.
Each candidate, Steve, had 2 minutes to respond to the moderator's questions, and then the candidates had a chance to respond to each other. And they agreed on this before the debate. They were supposed to be able to speak uninterrupted. Here's another debate moment. Take a listen.
Is it true that you paid $750 in federal income taxes each of those 2 years?
I paid millions of dollars in taxes, millions of dollars of income tax. And let me just tell you, there was a story in one of the papers.
Show us your tax
I paid
returns.
$38 million 1 year. I paid $27 million.
Show us your tax
1 year.
returns.
I went.
yeah, show it to us. We've been waiting on this.
I love
Listen
it.
to me, man.
I love it. I
You
do.
can't have paid $750 and then paid $38 million. He asked him specifically about those years. Now, what can happen is you can pay taxes and get them back with losses. See, he's jumped through all of these loopholes, man. What we're not privy to and what he's never going to show you are those tax returns, because then it will have to show exactly how he did it. And the reason he can't show it to you because he's done it. He's done it. He has pimped the system.
Yeah.
And, his base don't give a damn. But I thought one of the great moments was when they were talking about Joe Biden says, you're not going to get back those jobs that were gone, like in coal and mining and all of that, which is what he promised people.
Manufacturing.
I just, when it came to the issues in policy, Donald Trump doesn't know anything.
No.
That's stupidity about climate control. The reason we have forest fires is because there's dead trees just laying on the ground. They're like kindling leaves.
Kindling?
Dog, what are you can't go and rake 11 million acres, dog.
Yeah.
Man, and then he come right back, well, you know what? We have the $1 billion tree program. I said, what?
We're planting 1 billion trees.
What?
Which one is
When? Where?
What?
Yeah, they
made that up.
They
Once
talked about
again, you say
What?
something about my kids, I'm whooping your ass. I'm just saying that. I'm just letting
All
you
right.
know.
Coming up in about 20 minutes after the hour, we'll talk more about the presidential debate. Coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So we all watched it. We've been talking about it all morning. The first presidential debate, the first of 3 presidential debates coming out of Cleveland, moderated by Chris Wallace of Fox News. What do you guys think? I mean, they talked about things like the Supreme Court battle, the pandemic, of course. They talked about COVID. They talked about racial justice, the protests, the integrity of the election with the mail-in ballots. I mean, they talked about an array of things. Here's another debate moment. Take a listen.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
you picked
You'd be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy, the
Talk,
wrong
Joe,
night at
go.
the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders to the
The
manifesto.
whole idea.
Now you're disavowing it.
There is no manifesto, number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two.
You just lost the left.
Number two.
You just lost the left. You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Folks,
that's absolutely
folks,
agreed
do you have
to,
any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
that's
this clown's
socialized.
doing?
They call it
Mr.
Do you
Mr.
have any
President.
do?
socialized medicine.
Mr.
Well, I'll
President.
tell you what. He is not for any help for people needing health care.
Wow.
Bottom line.
Wow.
That's the bottom line.
That's a lot of back and forth right
Yeah.
there, man.
Joe just got frustrated, called him a clown.
Well, he just lost the left. You know,
Yeah.
he just has little catchphrases. He's the most immature person to ever hold this office. And it's sad that 44 million voters are going to pull the handle for this guy and are in agreement with the way he thinks and the way he acts. Wow. And that's frightening.
But we're talking about the highest office in the land, the most powerful office on the planet, Steve. Come on.
Look, that's 44% is over maybe 15% of the voters in this country. It's 354 million Americans. 44 million people are going to vote for him. That's well over 10% for sure, right? So here's the deal. With that many people supporting him, and those are just the ones who vote. Mm-hmm. Let's not leave out them little backwoods ass people that don't vote, but really are even more racist than he is. Hard to believe. That leaves this country in a sad state, man. Yeah. And that they support this type of behavior. This is really frightening, man. Because I thought that the GOP would care about who led the GOP. But when you elect Donald Trump to lead your party and you're supposed to be the moral party of this country, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, let's not be that. There are 34 days left until the November 3rd election. Go to vote.org. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, first presidential debate out of 3 happened last night between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. How do you think Biden did against Trump last night in Cleveland, Steve? What do you think?
Well, they didn't let the Cleveland boys in there.
They let that pastor in there, though. I saw him in there.
Let's hear another debate moment from last night. Take a listen.
Our suburbs would be gone, and you would see problems like you've
He
never
wouldn't
seen.
know a suburb unless he took a wrong turn.
Oh, I know suburbs.
He would not.
So much
I was
better.
raised,
Go ahead. Wait a minute.
I was raised in the suburbs. This is not 1950. All these dog whistles and racism don't work anymore. Suburbs are by and large integrated. There's many people today driving their kids to soccer practice and or to black and white and Hispanic in the same car as there have been any time in the past. What really is a threat to the suburbs and their safety is his failure to deal with COVID. They're dying in the suburbs. His failure to deal with the environment. They're being flooded. They're being burned out because his refusal to do anything. That's why the suburbs are in trouble.
I do want to.
Wow. All right, Mr. President, let's
That's
go.
why you should have interrupted him, but you didn't. You got it out.
Cause it messed him up when he said you wouldn't know your way to the suburbs if you made a wrong, unless you made a wrong turn. I do know the suburbs. He doesn't. Hey man, listen to me. Donald Trump comes from money. Donald Trump has never seen a poor day in his life. Donald Trump has no experience with poor people, poor friends, or middle-class America. He has none. None. And you can see it in all his policies and in all of his rhetoric. And now, for the first time, he's making an appeal to suburb to keep the suburbs safe. Once again, the use of fear. But what he don't know is what Joe Biden told him, that this ain't the 1950s when suburbs was all white. Suburbs is a mix of everybody now. And it showed in that statement he made, and Biden exposed him on it. The one thing, I'm going to say this again over and over, we got to get to the polls, because what's frightening is 40-some million people voted for this guy last time. The same 40-some million are going to vote for him again, I do believe. Now, he lost the election by 4 million votes, but he won the electoral. If we do the right thing, he will lose this one again. But this time it'll be such a landslide, he'll lose the electoral too. We got to vote, man. This guy cannot get in. If you're watching debates, he can't be president. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you think Biden gets better as the debates go on? Because there's 2 more left.
Yeah, I think what they're gonna have to do is, this is what I think. After the 2 minutes, I think they cut the other person's mic off.
There you go.
There you go. Yell then.
That's how
he
you
gonna look
control
stupid
it.
then, though.
Yeah, that's what we need.
See, that's how you control it.
Then he'll interrupt. All right, here's another moment from last night's debate. Take a listen.
People out there need help.
But why didn't you do it over the last 25 years?
Because you weren't president. Because you weren't president screwing things up.
You were a senator. And
You're
by
the
way,
worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
let me just tell you, Joe. I've done more in 47 months. I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
This was a lot of this back and forth all night. Interruptions.
That was the whole night.
Yeah, all night.
Here's my suggestion. What they should do next time is you get your 2 minutes, then you get a warning from the moderator, then your mic is turned off.
Yeah.
And you control it better. And we'll learn more. And it'll give us orderly respect. And if you don't want your mic turned off, your 2 minutes. It's the only way to do it from a guy who's proving that he's not going to let you talk 2 minutes.
But big ups to the mediator, though. He did good.
I thought he did great. You know, a lot of people talking about they Buffalo Chris. You can't. He's the president of the United States.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
a
I was going
butthole.
to say, Steve.
Come on.
Yeah, they probably hesitate to do things like that because he is the president, like turn their mics off and stuff. All right, we'll be right back with more presidential debate talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter. My subject for today, I'm trying to keep all of my women happy, okay? But right now, we're going to get back into some presidential debate talk. It was pretty combative, back and forth last night. Here's another debate moment. Take a listen.
Under this president, we become weaker, sicker, poorer, more divided, and more violent. When I was vice president, we inherited a recession. I was asked to fix it. I did. We left him a booming economy, and he caused a recession. With regard to being weaker, the fact is that I've gone head-to-head with Putin and made it clear to him we're not going to take any of his stuff. He's Putin's puppy. He still refuses to even say anything to Putin about the bounty on the heads of American soldiers.
Wow.
That was effective, though.
He went in. He went deep, didn't he?
Yeah, he punched a nerve right there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Putin's puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like the president's only a foreign policy thing he had to come up with was to attack the vice president's son. You know,
That was
over
low,
and
man.
over. And I felt that was just so disrespectful to even bring up his son's name, especially Bo, who is deceased, who was a war hero. How dare you
And
say
Trump
these
didn't
things?
even spend any time in the military, nor did any of his kids. So,
Right.
come on.
Shouldn't there be some things
kids-
that you can't do in these debates?
No,
that you
no.
Kids should be
No,
off
because it's
limits.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There's
no
nothing.
rules.
He's broken every rule. You're not supposed to be president if you refer to women in the P word. You're not supposed to be the president if you done paid off a porn star. You're not supposed to be the president if 5 of your friends is in prison. You ain't supposed to be the president. But
he paid more in
is.
porn star than he did in his taxes. sound like.
He did.
Yeah. And then he talked about Hunter, and I thought it was big of Biden to admit that his son had a substance abuse problem.
Yeah, he did.
I just thought that was big of him to say that. You know?
You know what?
And he was treated and got over
because
it
he didn't
himself.
say nothing about Trump's children. He didn't say nothing.
Even after that.
Oh, no, he could have.
Yeah, we had a lot. Me and Tommy and Uncle Steve could have wrote that poem.
we could have pulled out this bearskin rug and went to work if we wanted to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly.
Another debate, another moment from last night's presidential debate. The first one, there are 3 to follow. Check it out.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
He doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
you picked
You'd be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy,
Go,
the wrong
go,
night
go.
at the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders to the
The
manifesto.
whole idea.
Let him.
There is no manifesto. Number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two.
You just lost the left.
Number two.
You just lost the left. You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Folks,
absolutely
folks,
agreed
do you have
to,
any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
you
this
have
clown's
socialized,
doing?
They call it
Mr.
Do you have any do?
socialized medicine.
Mr.
Well, I
President.
tell you what, he is not for any help for people needing health care.
No, didn't people get some of the newscasters or the people on Fox last night, Steve, weren't they offended because Joe started name calling, they said, when the president is king
Called
of
him
that?
a racist and a clown.
Yeah, he just called him a clown in that.
Yeah. He said that just now, yeah. Let's see.
But you know what
Sleepy
I
Joe
found out?
Biden, Crooked Hillary. Oh,
I
go
don't.
ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. If I lost my train of thought. I have so much I have to say about this guy.
Yeah.
Well, the fact too that the president, I felt like he was also beefing with the moderator. It seems like he was getting beat and he was getting defensive and he was attacking the moderator too.
Anybody that was talking, Carla.
Right, and the moderator
yeah.
said your campaign, both campaigns agreed
this.
on this format. So, you know, you're not playing by the rules that you agreed to.
But
So
he
he knew
doesn't
going
play
in.
by any rules. That's the thing. He makes up
This is
his
the
own
kid
rules
at the
as he
playground.
goes.
This is the kid at the playground. If he ain't playing, he want to take his ball and go home. That's
Yes,
what it is.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and I think did he think that because Chris Wallace is from Fox, he would go a little easier on him? He proved that when he had the interview with him a couple of weeks ago, that he was going to check him.
I thought Chris Wallace was very impartial.
Yeah.
I thought he played it right down the middle of the road. He was tough both ways. And they didn't get the questions before. That's why Trump goes into the attack mode, because he doesn't know how to answer these questions.
Yeah.
He didn't answer any of the questions, and he don't know nothing about issues, man. He's just not a bright guy. He said, "You graduated last in your class." I don't give a damn when he graduated. Ain't nobody really sure how you've. Man, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
And then
somebody else took his SAT, didn't they say that?
All kinds of stuff about him. And then the whole thing about the voter fraud and the ballots.
The mail-in votes.
The mail-in ballots.
Yeah, that was horrible.
He wants to drag this out, though, afterwards.
Yes.
But you heard Biden tell him that he mailed his ballot in, though.
Right.
Yes,
The Florida.
Yes, he did. Yes,
The one thing he don't want you to do, he just did.
Yeah, I'll be interested, I should say, to see what Fox News will say about Chris Wallace and how he handled it. I want to hear what his colleagues were going to say about him. I didn't get a chance to listen to see because they're very pro-Trump on that network. We know that.
No, come on, Junior.
I don't want to have too long, y'all.
No,
yeah, I think so.
No, I don't.
No?
It wasn't a drug out affair. They had enough issues to discuss, and the time frame. I just don't.
I think it was an hour. I'm good in an hour.
I'm good with an hour.
The president's performances was
My
frustrating.
attention span.
Because the rest of the world is going to see this too now.
No commercials, a real 90 minutes.
Yeah,
the rest of the world saw this too.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What'd you say, Junior? I didn't hear you.
The rest of the world saw this too now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Donald Trump doesn't
Putin
stick
watched
to
last night.
a single issue. The moment you say something he don't like, well, how did Hunter take $3.5 million? You're not answering that, Joe. Joe kept going, that's not true.
Yeah.
The committee, Mitt Romney said, there's no validity to any of this. He knows that. He just brings up lie after lie after lie. And his base, that's right, you get him. Hey, man, I've listened to some of these backwoods ass people that follow him. His base voters is some backwoods ass people. I don't give a damn what
Here's
you
a question.
say.
I'm getting off that
Now,
subject.
the rest of the politicians is in it for the power, the money, and the position.
Yeah.
But them backwoods ass people, it's there because they like being in the backwoods.
Here's a question for you,
But
Steve.
damn it, I like him because he's white. Joe Biden isn't white.
What
But here's a question.
He's white.
Based on what we saw tonight, this 90-minute debate, do we need two more? There are two more scheduled. Three,
No,
three
this
in total.
I'm
do we
exhausted
need two more?
from this one.
Yeah.
I already know who I'm voting
Based
for.
on what you saw, do you need any more?
No.
If you understand,
And
you might have to
I'll
watch.
say this. Let me say this also too. President Trump did the same thing that he's been doing for the last 3 years. He will not denounce white supremacy.
Yes, he will not.
No.
He will not do that.
No.
He refuses to do that.
That's exactly the point I lost before, Carla. You're 100% correct.
He won't
He
do
will not denounce white supremacy.
Wow.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't talk about Black Lives Matter. He didn't address race. He doesn't believe in systemic racism. No. He abolished that because it just tried to make this country like we're racist. This country is racist.
Yes.
This country has always
Built
been
by
racist.
slaves.
You bought a whole race of people over here to build it free.
Yeah. Come on.
After you stole it.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Coming up next, today's Strawberry Letter, and the subject is, I'm trying to keep all of my women happy. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, there are 34 days left until the November 3rd election. Please go right now if you haven't registered already. Don't wait till the last minute. go to vote.org. Takes a couple of minutes. You can get updates, all the things you need to know about voting. I was on that site today, as a matter of fact, and they talked about if you're blind or if you're disabled, they have programs set up for you to vote that way. So it's everything you need to know. Vote.org. Do it today.
If you saw that debate last night, you should have been registering why it was going on. That's what you should have been doing.
But you still have time.
Yeah, you still have time. That's at 34 days, but don't wait till the last minute, please. All right, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter. Here it is, live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
All right, subject, I'm trying to keep all of my women happy. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm going to dive straight in. I'm a 28-year-old father of 3 daughters by 3 different women, and my girlfriend's pregnant now. The problem is I'm trying to be the best father for the girls and the best possible side piece for all of the mamas. I have a special bond with all of them, and I have to have sex with them if I want to or not, so they won't put me on child support. If one of the mamas gets angry with me, I have to put in overtime with her and make sure I spoil her more than usual. I live in constant fear of the court system and not being able to see my children. Everything I do is for my daughters, so I continue to sleep with their mamas so they won't start tripping. I've been with my girlfriend for 6 months, and she has no idea that I'm sleeping with 3 other women. The other 3 women. So I'm worn out from keeping all these women happy, and I'm making sure they don't tell my girlfriend on me. I know what you're thinking, and yes, I'm wearing condoms with them all. I learned my lesson by having 4 children before I'm 30 years old. So I'm careful now. The saddest part is that I don't think the relationship with my girlfriend is going to work out, so I'll have even more child support to pay. I'm losing sleep because every other night I'm having sex with a different woman. I'm worn out and I need a break, but how do I get one? My sister told me I need to choose one and settle down, but how can I deprive the other 3 women like that? If I cut them off, I'm sure they will sue me for back child support. I'm just trying to keep all of my women happy. But I can't go on like this much longer. What advice, if any, can you offer a young brother? You're right about that, if any. Okay, I mean, just reading this letter made me tired. And what must you be going through? Just thinking about what you're doing. You sure waited a long time to write us. I mean, maybe we could have helped you after the first baby. But I'm going to commend you, though. This is what I do want to commend you on. You love your daughters. You love your children. And you said you want to be the best father for all of them. One way you can be the best father is to make sure you're good, you're healthy, you're strong, all of that. And I don't see how you can do all of that doing what you do, okay? You don't have to keep these women happy or anything like that. I mean, you know, they're pimping the game with you. They're getting what they want, and, you know, by threatening you, they're really blackmailing you. I just, you know, they're not asking you for money. They're just asking you for sex and lots and lots and lots of it. I got to ask you, have you even checked the courts? Have you checked into this court situation to see how much you would pay? Or have you asked about joint custody, anything? Maybe, you know, if you can, take them to court. Things have changed these days. You know, there are some judges that'll make women pay child support. Very few, but there are some out there. I just think that you have options. You haven't looked into all your options, you know, especially before you wear yourself out. I mean, you're still a young man. You're only 28 years old. But this has to take a toll on you, even at that age. I just say thank God you're wearing condoms for now, because this must have just happened because your 6-month-old girlfriend is pregnant with your 4th child. You're too young for all of this. You got them now, so you got to take care of them. But please stop letting these women use and control you, because no one can keep up this kind of pace. Your girlfriend, I think, knows more than you think, especially if you have 3 children and she knows that. So she has to know, about some baby mama somewhere. So I don't know exactly how you're going to handle this, but you got to try and figure this out because this is crazy. And your daughters are the most important thing. Steve?
Yeah, Shirley, that's a great answer, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have a whole nother take on this. First of all, ain't nobody controlling this boy. These is dumbass decisions you made, and now you compounding these dumbass decisions with another dumbass decision. Now, dog, I'm going to walk you through this, son. Now, you're 28 years old. Mm-hmm. You got 3 daughters by 3 different women, and your girlfriend pregnant now. Then he go, the problem is, we already heard what the problem is. You got 3 daughters by 3 different women, your girlfriend pregnant now. The problem is I'm trying to be the best father for the girls and the best possible side piece for all they mamas. There go the dumbass decision that you done made. Listen, being the best father for all your girls, admirable statement. You messed it up when you said, and the best possible side piece for all the mamas. Do you know the key word in that sentence? Peace. Nobody gets a whole nothing. Everybody just get a piece. And you the side piece. Side piece refers to a fact that there must be an entree. I'm going to explain that to you when we come back.
All right, hold that thought, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, I'm trying to keep all of my women happy. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject, I'm trying to keep all of my women happy.
This poor young man that made the dumbest damn decision he can do. You trying to keep all these women happy. Boy, that ain't even possible. You're attempting the impossible. You got 3 daughters by 3 different women, and your girlfriend is pregnant now. That's a problem. You say, here's the problem. I'm trying to be the best father that I can be. That's already a problem within itself. Just being a great dad. That's a lot, dog. But you got them by 3 different women. And you got a 4th one that's pregnant now. But I'm also trying to be the best possible side piece to all they mamas. Key word in this sentence is peace. Now, what I was telling you before is, the reason you are considering yourself a piece is because no one gets to be the main entree. That's what the side is. You ever go to the store and they say, I'd like the pork chop dinner. They say you get 2 sides with that. You came in there for the pork chop dinner. They tells you can get 2 sides with that. Mm-hmm. You can get the potatoes, spinach, you can get carrots, you can get mixed vegetables, you can get creamy spinach, broccoli, you get what you want, but they just sides. They can get the sides wrong and you'll be all right, but they got to have that pork chop in there. Son, you are trying to be the best possible side piece, and don't nobody care nothing about the sides. Plus your girlfriend thinking she got a whole entree. I have a special bond with all of them, and I have to have sex with them. I get that. I know exactly what you mean. I felt that way in my past, too. I had to have sex with them.
Have to.
Yeah, you have to. Whether I want to or not. So they don't put me on child support. Son, child support is coming. It's inevitable. You are not going to get around paying child support. This ride you on is so temporary. It's coming. It's best if you start dealing with it now, because the child support is coming, because you can't keep this up, dog. There's no way you can please folk with it. It's impossible. That man don't exist. Not on earth. I had to put in overtime with her, and one of them get angry with you. I spoil her more than usual. I live in constant fear of the court system and not being able to see my children. There ain't no court not gonna let you see your children, dog. If you a good father, Now, everything I do is for my daughter, so I continue to sleep with their mama so they won't start tripping. I've been with my girlfriend 6 months. She ain't got no idea I'm sleeping with the 3 other women. That's not true. So I'm worn out from keeping all these women happy, and you ain't but 28. What you think gonna happen when you 40? You think you tired now.
Sleep, Simba.
Boy. Well, you ain't gonna be able to hold a job in a minute, partner. You ain't gotta worry about child support. But you ain't gonna get no passport. You ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. And I'm worn out from keeping all these women happy, so I make sure they don't tell my girlfriend on me. You don't think they finna tell that, boy? You think these 3, 4 women gonna keep this a secret from your girlfriend? What? Boy, you must not know how life go. I know what you're thinking, and yes, I'm wearing condoms with all this. I've learned my lesson by having 4 children before I was 30 years old, so I'm careful now. You 4 condoms too late.
Yep.
You 4 condoms too late, dawg. It took you 4 to learn the lesson? Now, I ain't knocking you, bro, because you done had the baby. So the best thing you can do is be the best father you can do. But nowhere in that does it require you to be the best side piece. And you can't keep this up. The saddest part is that I don't think the relationship with my girlfriend is going to work out. So I'll have even more child support to pay. Son, listen to me. You're going to pay child support. You know why? Because you have created these lives. And you don't get to create lives free. And how you think you're going to play the court system this long? How you think you're going to play 4 women this long? Boy, you don't see the end coming? This end is coming real fast, son. I'm losing sleep because every other night I'm having sex with a different woman. Oh, it was fun in the beginning, wasn't it? My sister told me I need to choose one and settle down. Your sister's right. Now, how can I deprive the other 3 women like that? They already deprived, fool. Ain't none of these women satisfied. Oh, girl, when he come on, he just be bringing it. I'm not sure they will sue me for back child support. Your ass is as good as sued. Matter of fact, soon as they hear this letter, I'm just trying to keep all my women happy. I can't go on like, what advice you give me? Get out, dog. You can get joint custody. You can't take none of these women to court. You gonna have to pay child support. These women ain't got to pay you a damn dollar. Quit listening to that foolishness. You finna pay all this money because they got custody because ain't nothing wrong with these women. That's what your ass is fitting to do. You finna pay child support. Now, you want to start it now, you want to hang in there and get 4 more years behind.
All right. Well, thank you. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, you know what time it is. Oh, it's not time for Junior Sports Talk. Aha! It's time for a poem. Junior has another poem for us right after this. Yes!
Oh, this is going to be good here.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Our resident poet, Junior, is here with another poem. Junior, you're on deck. Take it away.
Make us proud, Junior. Make us proud.
Tommy, y'all going to love this. Earlier this week, we found out President Trump only paid $750 in taxes.
Yep.
That's all he paid.
Shame.
Well, that's a shame because black people don't like to hear about when you winning and we ain't. So therefore, I wrote a poem, and you can already guess the name of this one. It's called Trump Taxes Poem.
That's so genius. That's so creative.
with it.
Yes.
Here you go.
Wow, Junior.
Come on.
Donald Trump, the straight up fact is that you ain't never, ever paid your taxes. Always fronting like you got these billions, but you act like paying taxes gonna hurt your feelings. $750, can't take it no more. $750, I wish that was my credit score. $750, that's all he paid? Bet he paid more than that just to get laid. Ain't it funny how some people just get away with stuff? But dang, bruh, damn, man, $750 ain't enough. $750, the end.
I
give you that one.
$750.
I love the end.
That's all. I ain't what?
From the end and the title though.
Yeah. That's it. He don't pay no more than that. Oh hell no.
People are mad about that too.
Yeah, salty.
They don't like
teacher,
it.
you paying more than $750. If you make $9 an hour, you paying more than $750.
Yes.
Come on, Junior.
You mean to tell me this all you paying?
That's all he
people
paid.
he
I
buying
told
them-
y'all.
Dog, you
said
that
it, Steve.
You
You
did
said
say
that.
that, man. He can't show y'all.
Didn't I can't. I kept saying he can't show y'all because you're going to find out that you pay more taxes than him. I knew it. I knew it. That's why he can't show it. He can never show it to you. And they kept hammering, show it. Show us your taxes.
Yeah.
Because that I paid $37 million, he don't have a piece of paper that say that. That's a lie when he said he paid $38 million. I promise you he didn't.
When do we get to it's illegal though? When do we get to that part?
That's why he fighting to stay in office. He got to fight
So he
still
won't
because
go?
he know he going to jail. Oh, he got to stay in here.
Well, I mean, everybody else that doesn't pay taxes has to go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm with Tommy.
Boy.
That hairstyle didn't look like $70,000 worth of work.
That didn't look like no 70,000.
That didn't look like $70,000.
That he wrote off.
Yeah, you can't write that off. Them 4 strands of hair up there.
All right. Thank you, Junior, for that poem. Coming up
I'm
at the
going to tell
top
you right
of the
now,
hour.
it costs about $7,000 to get it to stay like that. I ain't going to lie to you.
President Obama was in the shade room. We'll talk about that right after this.
What?
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, our forever president, Barack Obama, was on the shade room. I know you're like, what, right?
Yeah, right. What?
Yeah, but take a listen.
Hey, roommates. Barack Obama here. Yes, coming to you from the Shade Room. As you know, the election is coming up, and I've got just one word for you. Vote. Actually, I've got 2. Vote early. Right now, from the White House on down, folks are working to keep people from voting, especially communities of color. That's because there's a lot at stake in this election. Not just our pandemic response or racial justice, but our democracy itself. So it's more important than ever to make your voice heard. We can't leave anything to chance. Just go to iwillvote.com. Input your state, make your plan to vote early, and tell your friends and family to do the same. Because now is the time to fight for what we believe in. Let's go out and win this thing. Thanks, everybody.
God, dog. Boy, I love to hear that.
Miss him.
God.
Now that's the president right there.
I don't care if he's doing his ABCs. That don't matter.
I don't care who you are. You have to miss the fact that he was presidential.
Yes, sir, Steve.
This guy that we have now, man, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The comment he made to Biden about, don't use the word smart with me.
Man, did you
You're not smart, man. There's a difference between smart and treacherous. There's a difference. Because you're treacherous doesn't make you a smart person. Because if you're conniving, that doesn't make you a smart person.
Yeah,
He's very. Look, man, he said nothing that made me believe anything he said. Just one lie after the next. And when it was time to prove a point, why did your son Hunter take 300? What does that have to do with the damn election, man?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, he was out of order for that, for sure.
And he doesn't even understand climate control. He doesn't even know what that is.
No,
He denies that it exists.
Not at all.
That's for sure.
smart, but the biggest word you used all night was very.
Was what?
Very. Biden had a lot of words.
I just saw a meme that says Samuel Jackson's gonna moderate the next debate.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes.
Now, it's going to be some cussing now.
You got 2 minutes. Blankety blank.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Smart.
Listen, man, if we don't get this job done, there are only 34 days left until the November 3rd election. We want you to get registered. We just learned recently that Mike Tyson, this will be his first time voting in any election. I think we talked to Snoop Dogg one time. He said this is going to be his first time voting in any election. I mean, so don't be embarrassed if you haven't voted before. Now is the time to vote. It's your civic duty. Do it. 34 days left until November 3rd. We want you to go to vote.org. Vote.org. Get registered to vote. In order to vote, you got to get registered. Yes, Tommy.
Carla, Uncle Steve Jr.
Yes.
What's up, man?
My son, Thomas W. Miles III, told me, Dad, I'm going to vote this time. I am so excited.
Proud papa right now.
So excited.
Right, and good for him. Yeah.
Let's go together to do this. I want to go with you on your first time.
What prompted him to say that? What were you guys
I
having a
think
discussion,
he's growing up first and foremost, but he's watching what's going on. I think
Trey.
he and his friends are like, dude, we got to do something. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah,
that's very exciting.
We need the youth. We need the young guys.
Yeah.
We do. Young girls.
So if you're if you're young, just turning 18, you can vote. Just turning 18, you have a right to vote at 18. So go ahead, vote. Vote.org. It only takes a couple of minutes, and make your voice heard, make your vote count. Okay, in this general election, please vote.org. Vote.org. Coming up, a lot of trending stories, a lot of stuff going on in the world. We want you to be, keenly aware of everything that's going on, but mostly voting right now. Okay, vote.org. We'll be back at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so, because of the presidential debate and the election that's coming up, we've been watching everything very, very closely. So after last night's debate, have you seen any polls, Steve?
Yeah, I was watching one. CNN polls says 60% say Biden won the debate, 28% say Trump won. I mean, look, clearly if you looked at who was more presidential, who stated the facts, who was more truthful, I don't care who you are. It was Joe Biden. Yeah. Donald Trump, man, was just Trumpish. And if that's what you think a president is, then that's sad. The hurtful, oh man, I got so much to say about this thing, but I'm just telling you, man, we have to vote, y'all. Everybody has to get involved because you have to stop him. And every time they talk about voter suppression and the voting, all the president was saying, this election is lining up to be a farce because he know he's losing badly. Yeah. And he's going to fight it, and he wants it to get to the Supreme Court, and he put that other lady on there so they could win 5-4.
And he's saying this could go months before we figure this out. He's setting it up for that.
Oh, this dude, man.
Well, if we get to the polls and vote, we won't have to worry about it.
Where it's a landslide, we ain't even got to worry about the votes getting counted.
That's it. Right. There you go, Steve.
Right.
It'll be
Let's
obvious.
landslide his ass out of here.
Yeah.
And then we can electric slide.
Let's call the vote by 7:30 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. All right. More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending news coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for the CLO, the Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey. Are you ready, sir?
Absolutely.
Here we go. This one is from Lonnie. Lonnie is an iHeartRadio app listener. Lonnie says, I am 33 years old and I just proposed to my girlfriend, only to find out that she's been faking it with me in the bedroom. We had an engagement party and she had a lot of champagne and started oversharing. She told our friends that she fakes it most of the time during sex, but she's not into it because she's not into it. Or she wants me to hurry up and finish. I was shamed, and now I'm intimidated when we do have sex because I always assume she's faking it. Do a lot of women do this? Should it concern me at all?
Hey, dog. What is you worried about? Do a lot of women do this? She doing it. Don't worry about us.
The one you marrying.
No, the one you marrying. Me and Tommy, we married. If they've been faking with us, been a lot of years.
You ain't lying.
Now, dog,
why change now?
Yeah, man. So now you getting faked on before you go in. Should you be concerned? I would. She done told her girl she just wanted to be over with. If you don't have a healthy sex relationship when you get married, dog, it's going to be hard to keep that one together. I'm going to just tell you that part. Because sex is real important.
Damn,
Lonnie Cotton.
One of your names, one of your favorite
Lonnie,
names.
that's my boy Lonnie Cotton.
That's just one of them black names, too. Who told you that, Lonnie? Love.
All right, so you're telling Lonnie what?
I'm
Maybe
telling
he should,
it's headed to problems. It's
it's
already a problem.
Have a longer engagement to work on their sexual issues.
Man, and hey, man, you need to stay engaged a little bit longer than this.
Man,
All right,
Lonnie,
moving. What'd you say, Junior?
Don't worry about it. You in there, though.
Ellen in Teaneck, New Jersey says, I'm 73 and I've been a widow for 4 years. My ex-boyfriend from over 40 years ago, found me on Facebook and we started talking on the phone. He lives in a neighboring... Why are you sighing already, Steve? He lives in a neighboring city, and when the pandemic restrictions lifted a bit, he decided to visit me. His daughter drove him to my house, and when he got out of the car, he was in a wheelchair. We had a great visit, but after he left, I broke up with him because I refused to take care of another man with health issues. I do miss him, though. Was I wrong?
Look, you sent me something. I don't know who you want. How many more dudes is coming by? I mean, it ain't like they just pulling out. If they pull up in a wheelchair, one of them pull up with a van with a lift on it. One of them, you're going to need a ramp at your house. It looked like to me. Now, you need just to access, you need to widen them doors on that bathroom and get some rails in there.
Coming up, it's our last break of the day.
Last break of the day.
And of course, the one and only Steve Harvey will have some closing remarks for us at 49 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, before we get into your closing remarks, we have to say thank you to my hometown, the city of Chicago, our loyal listeners from V103. Thank you, Chicago. The ratings are in, and the Steve Harvey Morning Show, guys, is the #1 morning show in all of Chicago. Yes, thank you, Lord.
Love y'all.
Thank you for that love. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Anything you want to say?
Chicago.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh? Messing around, man. Thought you had us then. Back then, you ain't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me. Remember that? Huh? All that smack. Oh, dog. All that talking. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Yeah. We love
you.
All
Who
who we
pizza,
are.
boy. I'm going to get a pizza.
We are who we are.
Yes, sir.
Now you know.
I love it.
Thank you. And we couldn't do it without you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it. Appreciate the business. Appreciate the love.
Chicago land.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it's COVID over, I'm going to get a deep dish.
South side.
Man, I ain't
West
lying,
side,
man.
east
When
side,
this
north
COVID, I
side.
don't give a damn if December. I'm going to Chicago.
Man.
You know how cold it is.
I don't give a damn. They got nice hotels.
Yes,
They got nice hotels, and I got coats.
And great food.
Great food.
Great
people.
food.
Peninsula.
Shout out to my brother Fish, who
What
lives
up,
in
Fish?
Chicago. Fish, yes.
You know what I'm going to do, man? I'm going to go to Chicago in the summertime. I've never gone in the summer.
What?
No, because when I
That's
had
the
because
best
when I
time
had
to
to do
Mm-hmm.
when I had to do the talk show, it was always from September
Fall,
to March,
winter and all that.
April, and then I went back home. So I missed a little 2 weeks of summer they normally have.
Yes.
And I mean
you've never
14
done
days.
You've never done the taste of Chicago?
I performed at the Taste Top.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
That was a
You
pimp
know.
party.
You know who your uncle is. Let's make no mistake about it. Sold out the state.
Yeah.
I sold out everything in Chicago, MCI Center. I mean, United Center 2 times with the Kings.
Did you holler for Chicago?
Yes, he
Sold
did.
out
Yes, he
everything
did.
up there. I was selling out, all jokes aside, when it first opened.
Wow, all jokes.
Oh,
Remember All Jokes? Yeah. Uh-huh. Remember stepping in Chicago, though. Woo.
50-yard line.
Ooh, can nobody
The
step?
click.
Yes.
Cotton
Can nobody
Club.
step like
Click.
Chicago, though.
50-yard line, you couldn't wear a hat on the dance floor.
Mm-mm.
But boy,
I
let me
used to
tell
go
you
to a
something.
spot called Joey's Eats.
You know, man, we call it hand dancing in Cleveland, stepping in Chicago. When I went to Chicago, I had to go sit down somewhere. They was at a whole nother level.
Yes.
I was just hand dancing, having little moves and stuff. Me and Shirley do something at the radio station. When you go see them steppers in Chicago,
baby,
go sit your ass down somewhere and learn yourself something.
Right. It's almost like Dancing with the Stars, for real.
It's way better than that.
Yes. It those turns. I mean, oh my goodness, yeah.
Dog,
It's
them steppers up in Chicago wasn't playing.
some serious. They dress for it. You don't see any jeans on the dance floor. No, sir.
Hell no.
No jeans.
T-shirts. You ain't got no suit. You ain't coming in here.
Nuh-uh. Women wear dresses, heels.
Hey,
yes.
I got to do closing remarks.
Okay, yeah.
Love you, Shy.
Thank you, Chicago.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
All right,
Chicago.
Shy, let me do this quick. I saw the debate, whether you saw it or not. I saw everything I needed to see. This man is who he says he is. He would not denounce white supremacists. He wouldn't do it. He would not say that he would have a peaceful transition. He wouldn't do it. He's already said that this election is a fraud. He has already said it. He said he's done an A1 job as president. He never acknowledged the 200,000 deaths that has occurred because of COVID. He doesn't have a plan for COVID. He keeps saying that there's going to be a vaccination before the end of the year. I hope he's right, but everybody's telling him even if it is available, it can't get out right away and it won't be tested. He keeps talking about what he thinks. This guy could care less about y'all. He does not have a health care plan. He wants to get rid of Obamacare simply because he wants to eradicate any memory of President Obama. It's the only reason. He doesn't have a health care plan. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have a plan to stop the spread of COVID. He never addressed the 200,000. This guy does not deserve to be the president of the country that we built. We built the United States. We are the reason it is the powerhouse it is today. Their forefathers came and got our ancestors, brought them over here against their will, whipped them, beat them, and made them do all this labor free, and they built this empire that we call America now. We have a chance to change that. He can't be in charge of this country. And your vote can make the difference. But you have to vote. Don't you dare sit this out. I don't want to hear about your vote don't count, because it does. Strippers done told you that. I don't know who else got to tell you your vote count. Get your ass to the poll and quit playing. Because we tired of begging you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.